Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tashana. Let's get into this. Hey y'all, happy holidays. Okay, this is weird. First of all, the creator is hilarious. I was literally minding my business when I got this download. In the midst of my research, sometimes I watch videos that go into paranormal, supernatural, sometimes galactical activity, right? And then I'm watching this video about all these different mysterious occurrences, right? We know all of these. Well, a lot of them we're familiar with, right? The different sightings of alien crafts, the different interactions with different species, different spirits from different dimensions, the supernatural encounters, being able to see auras, all these different things, right? And just to let you know, this is the first time we've ever had a conversation about a space shuttle. Initially, my plan was to do a little research, but the creator is always strategic in his ways, right? So he had told me not to. I actually got the download 2 days ago. And I was starting to get into the numbers, the research, and everything like that. So I'm just going to break this down. These crafts that we see, these space shuttles, these different encounters that humans are having with aliens, even the presence or the coming and going of different, reptiles, these draconians and whatever, right? What's happening is these locations and these dates and times are surrounding deaths and births of important frequencies, okay? Now, follow me. I was sitting there and then I heard the creator say, they coming to drop them off and pick them up. I'm not really paying it any mind. And then I heard it again, and then I realized what the creator was trying to convey to me. So apparently, these space shuttles are dropping off and picking up souls, okay? What's going on is we should be able to track down some of the most influential people via these sightings and these interactions, okay? So the creator wanted to go over some locations, some dates, some events, and compare it to the birth and the death of prominent people, okay? So And I'm saying in full detail, okay? So this means that we are going to look at the time and place that a person was born, the time and death that a person died, the location where they were born, the location where they died, right? And he broke it down ever so clearly and made the point to say this is why bad things and good things come in threes, because this is how time works and this is how the universe works, okay? Usually when a baby is born, someone dies, right? So that was like the first, and we talked about this, right? Life meaning death, breaking down, the different things that are attached to us via the bloodline, starting new timelines, ending timelines, right? But we never talked about it in this sense. So apparently, when these space shuttles come, they are dropping off those that have to be born, and they're picking up those that are ready to go to another dimension. And the times and locations around these arrivals and departures are linked to supernatural scientific mysteries, okay? So sightings of different spacecrafts, different astrological events that can't be explained, different events that are connected to the weather, different events that are connected to a lot of different uprisings, events that are related to getting an entire group of people on one accord, whether it's for a good thing or a bad thing. All of these things that occur are evolving around, right? And I mean, when I say evolving around, I mean a location as well as a time, right? This is why we get these things in threes. So when someone passes, someone's being born, okay? And this is why it's so close, because these shuttles, they work on a schedule and operation, okay? The creator has a designated time for birth and death of every soul in every dimension, every timeline, right? So when we start to see these shuttles, we need to know, or when we get these really weird weather events or really weird astronomical events or these really odd political events, like things that are mysterious and not easy to explain, they go against the status quo. These are telltale signs, okay, that we are going to get someone important coming, someone important leaving, okay? Now, initially, I was just like, okay, this is pretty odd. And then the creator started to break it down. These shuttles are sent on schedules, okay? So there's a date, there's a location, and there's a duration. Follow me, okay? There's an itinerary for these shuttles when they come. So when they come, they are dropping off the souls that need to be dropped off in particular locations, and for obvious reasons, right? For particular reasons that the creator knows and not us. And they are recruiting or picking up those that have to go back to the spirit realm or to be dropped off at a new dimension, okay? It's so weird, I know, but we're gonna turn this into a series, okay? And the creator wants me to start doing some heavy research on dates and locations, okay? And sort of pair them to events, you know, that have happened around the world that affects us all, to deaths of prominent people, births of prominent people, events, okay, that are related to, okay, I'll use like the Bermuda Triangle as an example. You know, the first aircraft that went missing on that date. What else happened in the world? Okay? What else happened in the world on that date? In that year? Like, while that was going on, what else was going on, right? And then we say, okay, who was born when that happened? The duration of this plane or this ship being missing is an indication of a window. Okay, how long was this thing a mystery? When did it go? When did we find evidence of some type of proof that something happened? What is that date? That is the date that the window closes. Who all was born near that location during the time frame that that window was open? Okay. 9/11. What? Okay, we know the date, right? What was the location? Okay, who was born? Who was a prominent person that was born on that day? Who's a prominent person that passed on that day? What other things occurred in the world on that day? Did anyone report seeing aliens? Did anyone report seeing 3 suns in the sky? Did anyone report some other, traumatic event? Okay, and I'm just using these as examples. Okay, we have Roswell, we have just the whole entire Area 51, all these different, and I mean, you can actually look this up. There's a list and it's broken down by century, location, event, date. And it just goes into a little detail about those few categories. And we are going to add a column, well, 2 columns, which is date of birth, date of death. And that's going to tell us the type of frequencies and energies that were coming into our dimension and our timeline, and what type of energies were leaving. Okay, even right now with this Anubis thing, with these 2 moon theory, with these solar flares, all of these different events are connected to locations and dates. Okay, and the creator, and I was literally like, okay, I need to start doing my research. And he's like, no. The creator's like, no, we're going to take our time with this because we want to prove that, 1, we're not crazy, and this is not me. Because I was ready to start doing the research, and the creator's like, no, let's do the formal introduction. Let's get into this before we even commence to just start throwing the information out. Let's do the formal introduction like we usually do. Get people to get their thinking caps on first and properly prepare ourselves to start doing research. So I am assuming that we are doing away with the periodic table again for a few moments, and we are starting a new series. And we know if something comes up, we'll just cut into it, have the segment, and then resume back to whatever it is the creator wants us to pay attention to. So before we go, I'm going to encourage you to do some research on sightings of different solar activity, okay? Different celestial activities, including UFOs, planetary bodies, anything that is in the sky that is not on the ground, okay? Events that affect everyone in this dimension on this timeline. So things like war, laws being changed, things like that, right? Traumatic events, like I said, that affect us all as a unit, as a human race in this dimension, on this timeline. Different weather events, okay? Traumatic weather events, social events, anything that, no matter where you are in the world, you can have a conversation with someone who doesn't look like you, who doesn't speak your language, and who more than likely has a different system of beliefs. All right, but I'm gonna end it here. I do love you guys. I hope you guys have been drinking your water, eating your fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea because it's free. Love y'all.